Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. And in this video, I have four amazing charts to share with you. And the last one will really blow your mind, so you want to stick around to the end. And really quick, before we get started, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in. So the first chart I have right here is the Bitcoin adoption curve. I've talked about this in my last video, if you haven't watched it, where Giovanni, a physicist, was talking about how Bitcoin moves just like the internet adoption. And here we can see how Bitcoin is only 4.7% adoption, just like the internet was in around 1999, right here. So this just shows how early you actually are to Bitcoin and how much potential growth it really has. The next chart here, we have the psychology of the market cycle. Maybe some of you have seen this already, and basically we can see the phases right here: hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria. When we have a very high top right here, all-time high usually, and then complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, and we just keep going down. So someone on X took that chart and overlaid the Bitcoin price over it. And you can see that the Bitcoin price moves really closely to that psychology of market cycle chart. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin price, so it moves really close to it. Now, of course, I'm not saying that it necessarily has to move just like the psychology chart, but it's something really interesting to keep in mind. And a lot of data points are pointing towards a bear market, which the price will continue to go down throughout this year. The next chart we have here by Root, the rational root on X, a spiral chart. And basically what we see here is this orange line is the Bitcoin price, and the blue dots is the all-time highs. The red is the bottom of that cycle, and then the green dots is the halvings. If you don't know, every 4 years, the Bitcoin supply is cut in half, and that is called the halving. So we can see here that the price may be approaching the bottom. And of course, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen right here. But if we look at the history, it most likely will happen here. And, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can predict exactly what's going to happen and where the bottom is going to be. And the only information that we have is the past. So we can simply look at the past and see that it happened exactly around this time. The next chart, I just want to go into a little bit of numbers. And this is pretty amazing because you can see here that the longer you hold Bitcoin, the better results you get. And you can see here the period of times and the different assets Bitcoin is compared to different traditional assets right here. So the first year, if you hold Bitcoin, this is about 150% compared to the other assets. If you hold 3 years, 79% Bitcoin, S&P 500 34%, gold 53%, oil 6%, 5-year treasuries 267%, which is pretty good. And then 5 years or 10 years, it's not even close. So here we have Bitcoin versus traditional financial assets, 1 year performance. This is December 23 until November 24. We can see that Bitcoin returns a lot more than the S&P 500, gold, oil, treasuries. And here we have 3-year performance. We can see that during 2021 to 2024, Bitcoin wasn't that strong compared to treasuries right here. And if we go to 5 years, we can see here that it's not even close. Bitcoin over 1,000% returns, which is incredible. No other asset comes even close to Bitcoin if you hold it over 5 years. And if you hold even 10 years, 2014 to 2024, it just makes other assets look ridiculous with these returns. Now, 10 years from today, nobody knows what's going to happen. Bitcoin matures year by year. The price keeps being volatile, but in the long term, it is the best performing asset by far. And in my opinion, DCA long term and zooming out in Bitcoin is the best way. And of course, you do whatever makes sense for you. Not financial advice, but in my opinion, holding Bitcoin long term is just a much better return on your investment. And don't buy Bitcoin if you're not willing to hold it more than 3 years. If you need the money sooner than that, I would not put it in Bitcoin. But I like to DCA every month, every week, and just let it compound and do its thing. So I hope you enjoyed these charts. Let me know in the comments which chart was your favorite. I hope you learned something from it. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.